Yo, what is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 76 of our Tracksuit to the Top series here with Lewis FC. And today I've got for you guys the Europa League first knockout round. Hopefully you guys are good. If you missed last episode, it was episode 75. Go check it out. Go check it out. It was a long episode special. You don't know what you missed. And it was pretty epic all the way until the end. But today, we've got our first and second leg of the knockout stage. I am going to gloss over and kind of cut the recording for the whole game in between, because I'm getting live commed out. My voice is starting to go because I've live commed so many games. But anyway, just one result to tell you guys about. We lost 1-0 in the FA Cup against Tottenham. A really disappointing performance, but one that we have to just immediately put to the back of our minds, as today our focus goes all the way to Moscow and back, as we are going to be taking them on. So looking at that team, they've got some pretty good players. They've got this guy, Joachim Flavio, who looks pretty decent. They've also got Akinfeyev, the goalkeeper. He must be getting on a little bit, 36 now, but a very good keeper nevertheless. So, yeah, it's not going to be an easy game against them. But we go into this game having won our group. I think we won our group. I can't even remember, if I'm honest. We definitely finished top 2 in our group, or else we wouldn't have made it out the group stage. But looking at it, we are the favourites to win this home leg, so hopefully we can do something here. I've got faith in the boys. I've got faith that they are going to go out here and make a massive difference for us. So I'm going to tell them that we're the favourites, that I believe in them. Obviously, last episode we had a great set of results, as we did win 2 out of the 4 games in the live com, which, although that might sound a little bit underwhelming, obviously we did draw another one, and they were against Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea. So there were some really big results there, and I'm hoping that we can see some equally big results here. Worth noting that Suarez, who of course was a bit of a hero in the last game against Arsenal, returns to the side. Hopefully he can have as bigger an impact as he did in our last league game. Obviously, as I mentioned before, we did lose to Spurs, which is bitterly disappointing in the FA Cup. However, it gives us a chance to shift our attention perhaps elsewhere, you know, into the Europa League and also towards our top 4 kind of campaign, I guess, in the league, as we are kind of looking for that elusive Champions League spot. But anyway, looking at this here, we're on the attack. Suarez, what a run that is. Akinfeyev does make the save, but a great run nevertheless. And a half chance, I guess you could say, really. Although set piece here, Sanogo whips it in. Batageli smashes it wide. That was a real opportunity, that one. But yeah, all in all, I don't really know what to expect from the Europa League this year. Obviously, we want to go as far as we can. I don't think we're going to win it. But, you know, it'd be good to be as competitive as we can be in these games. Looking at the early stages of this game, we are doing well, but the game still remains 0-0. But yeah, things are going pretty well, I feel like, this season. Obviously, top 4 looks like it could be on the cards. The win against Liverpool in the last live com was a massive contribution towards that. And with the matches that we played previously, obviously our run into the end of the season is a lot easier and a lot kinder than it could be, as Alex Samuel scores. Take a bow, my son. His first appearance for the club this year. Due to the registration rules that we have, I'm kind of limited in terms of some of the players that I can draft into the squad. Alex Samuel, a player who can slot into the team because he's homegrown in nation, and he scores a key goal there. The man who made the move in League One and now is making a big splash here in the Europa League. An unlikely goal scorer, but I am not going to complain one little bit. Anyway, looking at the stats, we're 1-0 up thanks to that Samuel goal. Matthew Lewis and obviously Alex Samuel playing up top together. 2 players who are from different eras of Lewis FC. You know, they're from 2 completely different kind of squads in terms of the teams they played in when they first kind of made a real impact in our side. And it's kind of cool to see them play together here in the Europa League. Obviously, Alex Samuel way out of his depth. But, alas, he's got the goal today that gives us a difference so far. Although in Sewer, what was that back pass? He gives Joachim Flavio, the key man for Moscow. He just gives him the ball. Poor back header. I mean, really, he should just volley that out into touch just anywhere but towards the goalkeeper, because selling him short like that is disastrous, and it gives Moscow an easy way back into this game. But looking at the game, we are having 60% of the ball. We've got a chance here. Matthew Lewis whips it in. Insua cannot get on the end of it. And now Jermaine on the attack. We are caught fine at the back. The counter-attack. Flavio there. Back to Jermaine. Hits it, good save by the keeper. It should be Kouakou in goal. It is Kouakou in goal, of course, back from the African Cup of Nations. Had a little bit of a rest. Kind of odd for a goalkeeper to require a rest, but due to the, I guess, fact he played in the African Cup of Nations and was playing a lot of league football for us, he needed that rest. We've given him that, and he's back in the side. And Samuel scores, but it's offside. It's offside. I'm not even going to get too upset about it. I can see the linesman stood statically on the far touchline. He's not having any of it. But yeah, things are looking okay here. We've certainly been the better team, but obviously kind of a story, I guess, of our kind of this year so far in the Europa League has been outperforming teams, then just not taking the opportunities that happened against Twente before. Suarez, run on. Oh, what a goal that would have been. But no, obviously we had the... I keep saying obviously. I should point this out, okay? If you hear me say the word obviously, I obviously know that I'm saying the word obviously, but I can't stop it now. I don't know if it's become some kind of weird subconscious issue, but now that I've realised, and it's no longer subconscious, that I'm saying obviously a lot in this video, obviously now, I need to stop, and I can't stop. Maybe I should just title this episode Obviously. That might be an option. Then it makes sense, kind of. Because then I'll just say, well, the title of the video was Obviously, so what did you expect to see? I feel like I should put an obviously counter in the bottom corner of this video, but let's not do that. Right, I'm now going to attempt to say the word obviously no more. That was the last time I'm going to say it this episode. I'm probably going to say it without even realising, but I'm going to try and get over it. But if you ever do commentaries, one of the hardest things is to mix up your dialect, because you quickly get into the habit of kind of padding out pauses with similar words or opening sentences with similar words, and it gets a bit boring, really. So that's one of the biggest challenges, and a lot of the time you don't even realise you're saying stuff repeatedly until someone makes a point of it in the comments, and then you kind of watch it back going, yeah, did say that a lot, didn't I? But anyway, we have a penalty. Let's not talk about the serious first world problems of a YouTuber. Let's see if we can get a goal here. Is it Matthew Lewis stepping up? It should be Matthew. Matthew? It is Matthew Lewis. On his left peg. Bang! Take a bow. 2-1. And we take a deserved lead. No mistake by him from the spot. And that does see us kind of get back our lead, which is good. As you can see, we are playing in the American Express Stadium again. I'm still not sure if that's down to the fact that the Lewis Stadium, which of course was finished building this November, like this season, doesn't meet UEFA kind of requirements, or because of some ruling perhaps in the competition, because we played a few of our games at Brighton Stadium. We can't switch stadiums that we play at in our home games midway through the tournament. But anyway, doesn't really matter, does it? Suarez on the attack. You go on, my son. Go on. What a hit that was. It was almost in. I thought it was in. That was a chance. We really are dominating this game at this point, but we could do with maybe getting 1 or 2 more goals just to make things comfortable. Of course, Moscow getting the away goal, CSKA, you know, they've got that away goal. That's important for them. But we need to get a goal here. Suarez misses another chance. We are having a lot of opportunities here, but we're really not taking any of the chances that come our way, and that's disappointing. You know, that's something that's been far too common this year, but there's still time. We hit the crossbar. Lewis with the rebound. Sonogo having hit the crossbar. Lewis just comes in. He says, no worries, boys. I've got this. And yeah, he stops that there. And stops any panic, I guess, in the ranks by smashing it in, leading by example the captain. And yeah, that was a very, very good goal for him. I should probably make some changes. Bataghetti looking a little bit tired. Harayan as well. I don't really want to change my midfield too much, but we're going to do it. I'm also going to take off Insua because he's already been booked, and we're going to bring on Paul Scholes, I think, just to slot in that position. Just there's no point in keeping players on and getting potential red cards. A goal here would be big for us. Scholes on off the bench. Sonogo scores, and he makes it 4-1. And suddenly, this looks really, really comfortable going into the second leg, and I'm loving it. Really clinical finishing here, putting on a bit of a masterclass against. I don't want to say. I almost want to say one of the bigger names in European football, CSKA Moscow. I wouldn't say they're a small team in terms of European teams, certainly one of the most successful teams from Russia, and a team who are always right up there in the table. But here we've put them to the sword. 4-1 up, only 1 goal conceded, which is very pleasing, of course, with the away goal ruling. And a good kind of result to, I guess, carry us some momentum into the next leg. But anyway, I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Teleport, that's not the right word. Go forward to the next game. Teleport to the next game, I guess it is a teleport for you guys watching. So yeah, I will be back with you guys in just a second for the second leg. Okay guys, so we are back. Just so you guys know, we lost against Hull. Outrageous, blooming rageous. We went 1-0 down, tried to chase the game, and unfortunately that resulted in us conceding a second. So we lost that 2-0, which was a real shame really, because I don't know, we probably deserved to get a little bit more from the game. But anyway, today we have to move on. We have to get over that, I guess. We have to focus on the Europa League. So looking at our team, we actually have a really strong team at our disposal. I feel bad dropping Alex Samuel after he scored in the last leg, but you know, we'll have to do what we need to do. We are 4-1 up, so this should be quite comfortable. You know, I can get out my deck chair, I can chill on the sideline, really kind of enjoy the game, I guess. But it'd be nice to continue from where we left off and hopefully, you know, just kind of win this game in a real comfortable manner. Obviously, it's going to be slightly harder because we are away from home. And I just said the word I wasn't going to say, but yeah, it's going to be tricky. We'll see how we get on. We're on the attack here immediately. Go on, Suarez. Go on. Use your pace. Use your pace, okay. Well, at least he tried to whip it in, I guess. But yeah, obviously that defeat to Hull is a bit of a issue. Obviously, we'll try and get over that. And I just said, obviously, again, someone really send help. It's becoming a real issue. After this episode, because I've recorded a few episodes today. When you do these kind of shows, you want to record a lot, obviously. I just said obviously. The bottom line is that my brain is at a stage now where I cannot construct sentences that are different from one another. No matter how hard I try, like there's a mental block at this point, which means I am going to say the word that I don't want to say, regardless of the fact that I know and will try with all my might not to say it. But anyway, let's focus on the here and now. I've also been saying let's focus. My brain's just out of words. I need to sit down with a thesaurus. But I'll tell you who doesn't need to sit down with a thesaurus. Matthew Lewis. That's his 41st goal of the season. And he makes it 5-1. And now that goal does mean that CSKA Moscow will need to score 4. Worth noting, if we were to score 1 more, that would kill off any kind of remains of the tyres. CSKA would have to come back to win 6-2. They would have to score 6 if we can get 1 more, which they're not a bad team, and they are a very good team at times, CSKA Moscow, but I don't think they're that good of a team. But if we could score a few more goals from set pieces, that would be nice. So now go with an opportunity here, out wide to Lewis. Can he whip in the ball? He can. Allen's there. Joe. Suarez. He's offside. He's offside. Don't even celebrate. So yeah, obviously, I've just said obviously again. My brain. Send help, someone. I dread to think how many times I've said it this episode. It's just my brain. If someone counts, then commitment to the cause. Well, anyway, this is looking like a win. So I guess it gives me a chance just to ramble, I guess, about what's been kind of happening at the club. Of course, we went on a great run last time out in our last episode. And that was without some of our key players. That was without Sonogo. That was without Kouakou for most of the games. That was without, obviously, I've just said it again, Juan Carlos Leon, the Mexican who's been a massive part of our team. He broke his ankle. He's been a massive miss for us. You know, we've missed him. But we've continued to plod on regardless. And it's results like this, the result like the win against Arsenal, the win against Liverpool, the draw against Manchester United, they really give me faith that this team is a top 4 team. I do really feel like we can push onwards and upwards with this team. I feel like top 4 is more than attainable at this point. We've been playing very well this year. We've had a few injuries to speak of. Obviously, I've said it again, the African Cup of Nations was a massive issue and really hurt us. But we've come through that, and we've come through that looking very strong. Matthew Lewis just single-handedly carrying the team. We could have probably finished higher last year, if I'm honest, but players like Matthew Lewis, who scored 20 goals in 22, were out for 3 or 4 months apiece. I think Ihi Nacho was in a similar boat, but Matthew Lewis got 20 goals last year in the league in 22 games, but he missed 16 league games due to injury, and that's just irreplaceable. And this year so far, he's been keeping fit, he's been playing well, scored more goals than last year already. And with a chunk of the season left, he could be on course to smash single-handedly the kind of most goals in a season in the Premier League total. Obviously, it's still going to be a challenge, but averaging more than a goal a game kind of means that it's more than possible. It really is. Anyway, looking at the stats here, we've not been in as much control as perhaps you'd like to see, particularly when you consider the fact that we won the last kind of leg so dominantly, but we're keeping our own here in Russia, playing fairly well. You'd have to say CSKA really having the majority of the chances, and they will get a goal there. But I can't see that having an impact. It's 5-2 now on aggregate. Vittino with the goal, but yeah, time is slipping away, and unless something crazy happens in these closing stages, well, this should be game over, as Kouakou makes a fine double-saving goal, keeping us in it, really, because of the clear-cut chances Moscow have had. If they had scored a few more of them, this would be squeaky bum time at this point. But the players did so well in the first leg that it's kind of left us in a situation now where things would have had to have gone horrifically wrong for us to lose. Anyway, let's make a few changes just to kind of, I guess, see out this game. I'm going to bring on Samuel and Roberto on, and I'm also going to bring on we'll bring on Paul Scholes. I'm just going to stick him at centre-back for Harry-Yan, because Harry-Yan looking a little bit tired in the centre-back position, of course. 30 years old now, the Armenian, a player who joined us when we first entered the Premier League, has really stepped up as we've kind of progressed in the Premier League, and he's always performed well despite his attributes perhaps not being the craziest. But his legs again a little bit tired out there. We'll give him the rest. Time is all but done, and we are going to win that game, and we get a fine result, 1-1 on the night. 5-2 on aggregate. Kouakou getting the Man of the Match award. Had a great performance in goal. And Matthew Lewis, top goal scorer in the Europa League, obviously added to his tally again this game. So anyway, that's going to wrap things up from me. I'm now going to take a break from recording videos, because today's been a long day of recording a fair few videos, and my brain is just not functioning anymore. It's been a rambly episode, probably an annoying episode if you hate the word obviously, for which I can only apologise. And the fact I've drawn attention to it means the people who didn't know it was an issue knew it was an issue because I've drawn attention to it. But anyway, let's wrap things up there. I'm done rambling for now. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the next episode. Hopefully I won't be as kind of broken mentally. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. So it is me, Jack, and I'm out.